Pardon me, I'm so damn turned. Willin' in a two-door with two hoes that follow me, and you know, west side right on time. Tell them hoes kudos, east side right on time. They don't fuck with you though. When my hood getting to the money, the pedal never broke. Came a long way from the ghetto though, but west side right on time. Only thing for sure, east side right on time.
Station for hip hop and R&B, home of the Hot Morning Show. You already know it's your man J-Rod, Primetime Radio, and right now in the building,
what's up,
Mr. Kendrick Lamar. What's good, fam?
How you doing, baby?
You already know. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I need one of those TDE sweatshirts,
Come on, man.
You
just
know,
come to the show tonight.
the show tonight's going down.
We're gonna have all the merch out there.
Uh-huh.
I will personally hand you one.
Okay.
Just because you're the homie.
You know what? That's I appreciate.
Come
that,
on,
man. Appreciate. Now, ladies, don't be trying to get on my neck when I get the tea. It's going down. You know what I mean? So tell me, man, how is it? How is it? Like, I know you just pushed back the album a little bit, but you on the road now. The whole TDE crew's on the road. Y'all doing it city to city.
Right.
How is it, man?
It feels great, man. It feels great. You know, October 22nd.
Uh-huh.
Yep, had a few technical difficulties on the business end.
Okay.
Had to get that situated, so we pushed it back a few weeks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but you know, it's done. You know.
Okay.
Clear a few samples.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm ready, man. And it's the first day of the tour. You know,
Word.
You know, so it should be a good one.
Now, this isn't your first tour, man. So now, how is it the first day as opposed to while you're already on the tour? Like, what's that first day?
You know what's crazy though? This is my first headline.
Okay.
Of my own tour.
Okay.
That's the great accomplishment, you know, because after a while, you know, you grind your way up to the top where you just, you know, always opening up cats, you know. I was privileged to be in the positions because it got me to where I could do my own, you know, the Drake tour, Game tour, long time ago. Yeah, and it's a build up for right now, and so the emotion that's going through me now, man, is crazy, man. It's well accomplished.
Now, what's the preparation like for headlining your tour as opposed to just being an opening act?
The preparation, it varies, you know. You have your own set, so I'm used to, you know, if I'm coming out on somebody else's set,
right,
you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Now it's my full 4-hour set, hour plus set. And I've been doing it, you know. I've been having spot dates.
Right.
Section 80 almost was like my own tour, but
I mean, because that was big right there,
I
like
was everywhere.
Yeah.
It just wasn't official saying this is the Section 80 tour, but I was going every day of the month, you know, for like a year. And yeah, so it's really just about, you know, me being aware this is my show. I gotta put on an hour and plus set, nothing but energy, and you know these people come to see me, you know, so I gotta give them a hug.
That's word. Now let's talk about the album real quick.
Yeah.
Good Kid, Mad City. Now I might have missed it somewhere, but there's M-A-A-D. Last time I checked, that ain't how you spell mad. I don't know if that's the West Coast way. Like talk about that real quick.
That's my way. It's a significant acronym that's within the album.
Okay.
You know, once you hear the album, you'll understand, you know, where I went with it. And anybody that know my music always, you know, want to say something, you know, want to talk about something. And if I give an insight of it, it's really, you know, a self-portrait.
I dig it.
On where I was at and, you know, where I'm at today.
Word. Once again, we in the building with Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, sir.
Now, you said the album is complete. It was just basically the business stuff. So let's talk about that album. Like, what can we expect when we pop in this joint?
Ah, man. A rap album for sure.
Okay.
You can expect a rap album.
Now explain that.
When I say a rap album, all the elements that we loved in hip hop, you know, in the early '90s, you know, storytelling, substance, just a variations of, you know, being an artist, a unique artist, and being a human being, and combining them together.
Wow.
You know, when I say an artist, you know, that's everything from being original and how you flip your words. Human being is, you know, being vulnerable to put them topics out there that people don't want to talk about, you know, to make that connection.
What's one of those topics?
Topic of being a failure, or saying, you know, you failing at something and you don't want to admit it.
Okay.
Or, you know, going through situations where you was put in circumstances where you have to react like an animal.
I dig it.
You know.
I dig it. Just gotta fast on somebody real quick.
Right, and these the elements, you know, that I never put in my music because I always want to save for these moments. You know?
I dig it.
And all of them was learning, you know, experiences, you know, for me to become a better person, for me to sit in this station right now and be talking to you, or else I'd be somewhere else.
I dig it. Now I'm sure you worked with the big homie Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Now, how did you work on the whole album with him? Like, did he mix the whole drink? Like, what was the process with that?
He mixed the whole thing down for sure. I was put in a situation, a cold situation where, man, Dre believed in my music so much. He felt like I was already developed, you know, and their way, he had to look over my shoulders and critique, you know, everything that I was doing.
So it's mostly a hands-off recording situation.
Yeah. He seen that I put out these 2 projects, and he listened to them, like, damn, these sound like albums.
Right.
Section 80, that was your album.
Right.
You know, OD, that was your album. He's like, man, go out there and continue to do what you've been doing.
Okay.
You
Now,
know,
did he have anything
he said, I just want to be the overseer and look over your shoulder, you know, when you bring it back to me, and make sure I take it to the next level.
Okay. Now, was there any tracks up there he was like, yeah, you might want to go ahead and...
Yeah, definitely, because this man been in the game 30 years. I'm only 25.
Right.
He been in the music business 30 years.
Right.
You know, so he know, you know, little niches that I didn't know, that I understand now as far as how to make things sound sonically just intact, you know, and that was his perfection as far as the beats, you know, and making everything intact.
So what's one thing, like, opposed from the 2 mixtapes before the whole situation with Aftermath and all of that to the album now? Like, what's some of the things that you learned when it went into the recording process of the album?
Right. As far as the music, I think nothing changed with the music. It's just gotten better.
Okay.
You know, I think Section 80 and OD, them tapes I put out, it was really a learning process. You know, how to make a full, you know, body of an album where everybody can, you know, love.
Okay.
I look back and I go back to Section 8. I be like, man, I didn't need too many of those records. You know, I missed this.
Right.
I needed that record, and now I know that. You know, so when I go into this album, you know, I have that in mind. You know, I need these certain records to really just get my story off and what I want to talk about. You know, so I think, you know, as far as the whole label situation, I think the music just gotten better.
Word.
It wasn't nothing dramatically changed, you know, because of that.
Word. Now, Kendrick Lamar is becoming a quick hip-hop household name.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure there was a lot of pressure when he put, like, yo, he's the best in the West, you know what I'm saying? Like, from the OGs.
Right.
When you started, once those things started happening, once you started becoming more than just a West Coast dude or more than just an underground dude, did you feel the pressures, and if so, what way?
You know, it's crazy. They tried to put the pressure on me, you know, like, I'll go into interviews and they'd be like, you gotta feel a certain type of, you know, strain on your back to hold this up.
Right.
And I always tried to block it out because I feel like people just, you know, catching up. You know, it's something that I always believed in, so it's really no pressure. The moment I picked up that pen and said I want to do music, I always wanted to live up to the expectations of Snoop, Dre. From then, when I was 16 years old. So now it's just a continuance of that, you know, and whatever I'm doing now is something I always believed in, something I always knew I had. So it's really just me, you know, contributing
Well, the
to
album
that.
actually drops. Besides the tour, what is Kendrick Lamar going to do to make sure that when it drops, it's not going to fall on deaf ears?
I think I'm going to do one more record that is a real no-brainer.
Okay. Now, when you say no-brainer, I got to go into it. I need a piece. What's happening?
Yeah.
What's in the studio right now?
It's just one of them things, man, that just feels, it's just a feel-good. Feel-good, great. As an artist, you never want to throw out your thing, because you got to follow up with that.
Right.
I feel like, you know, swimming pools it's a great record.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting a look. Recipe was a warm-up to let me know, okay, the world, I'm Kendrick Lamar, I'm here. For people that never heard who I was on the radio. And I want to follow up big and strong coming to this album. So it's good. I'm thinking about it.
All right, that's what it like. If y'all can see it right now, you know the face is like, yeah, I got something for y'all right now.
Yeah.
All right, so what I like to do with all of the artists that come through is play 5 questions. All right, I'm gonna throw random questions at you. I just want your honest opinions. All right.
Yep.
First and foremost, hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
When you eat them, ketchup, mustard.
What, I had to pick between the two?
Or I mean, you put both. Like, what's the perfect hot dog?
You know what's crazy? That's a great question. You're crazy for this. If I had to do both, I gotta put relish on it.
Okay, man.
On my side. See the tray with that.
I mean, you know what though? You know, and this is my thing right here. I understand. You know, y'all got Superman up in the joint now,
baby.
but it's Kobe passing the ball.
Kobe's gonna pass it. I think he's gonna pass the ball even more, just off the fact he know that pressure is on, that people think he's not.
Really? I'll say, here's a question. If they go to the championship, they win it, who's getting the MVP? Kobe?
That's a great question. I'm gonna go with Kobe.
Really?
I'm gonna go with Kobe. I think he's gonna react.
Okay.
He's gonna react like an animal.
Okay.
Yep.
Favorite collabo so far?
Mine's
Yours.
me and Gunplay, Cartoon Cereal.
Okay.
Just off the fact it was unexpected, you know, and people, you know, couldn't realize how I can, you know, mesh the two worlds together.
Right.
You know, and what people need to understand, man, when I do features, it's not I'm doing features because your name is big or whatever. I'm doing features because I hear something in my head that I know that it can work. You know, a lot of people just do features just because, you know,
it's going to get them out there,
right. But, you know, when you do features, they got to be right. They got to make sense. And that was when I strive for Gunplay.
I dig it. Now, this next question I'm going to ask you, I've asked a lot of artists, and they always say you.
Yeah.
So this is going to be really interesting. Favorite new artists out here? Any genre.
Favorite new artists? That's a great question. When you say new artists, are you saying 2 years? On the grind first, got 1 album, 2 albums? Or?
It can be on the grind. It can, as long as they're not an established, like, Jay. You know Nas.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My favorite, man, truthfully, man, it really would have to be, it really probably have to be Gunplay.
Gunplay.
I listen to him a lot. He's a lyricist at heart, man. A lot of people don't know because they just catching the street side.
Very true. Very
true. The way he meshed them words together with the street things he talk about, and that's his life. I mean, he's putting his life on record. He's not scared, to talk about, his ills and, his positives.
Right. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of Beanie Siegel when he's
like,
it got that.
Hey.
Yes.
That's crazy. I say the same thing to my homeboys. It has that aggression, and I think that's a piece of the game that's missing.
Very true.
That aggression, that hard aggression, and That's where I'm at with it right now.
I dig it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And finally, what is the one thing that your female fans would be, I guess, surprised to know about you?
Surprised to know about me?
Your female fans.
The female fans. The female fans. That's a great question. I can go real crazy. I can keep it PG-13. They would probably be surprised. They'd be surprised that. I'm very intrigued by a woman that don't pay no attention to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't show me no interest at all.
No love.
Yeah. No love. I'm gonna work super hard for it. Because they probably listen to my raps and they just be like, okay, he's introspective. But at the same time, he has,
he's still a man.
A man and and say these things, but my favorite women is people, that's confident and really don't pay me no mind.
True indeed.
True enough.
True indeed.
Yeah.
That's what it is. New album in stores October 27th.
Yeah.
But you are in the city tonight. Yeah. The Nova is going down.
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar.
BET Music Matters Tour. First hip-hop, all hip-hop. Stallion. Schoolboy, not Schoolboy Q. I'm going to say Absol, J-Rock, Schoolboy Q, Mike guest appearance. I don't know. I might get that surprise tonight.
True.
Yeah, we out here.
That's what it is, man. We appreciate you for coming through.
Appreciate it, bro.
That's what it is. And keep it locked, man. We're going back into that mix. You know how we do. It's the hottest station of hip-hop and R&B. It's Hot 91.
In the room, and I run it. And I run it. And I run it. And I run it. That's ironic. I run it. That's ironic. I run it.
So all of my wounds, hear my tears, all of my tunes. Let my life loose in this booth just for you.